Oh, oh, man. Oh, geez. Oh, 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 hey there. How's it going? Sorry about all that. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure my balls just grew this big. Like, I know there's like a lot of guys out there that, like, you got way bigger balls than me, and especially over the last several years. I've been staying incognito. You're right. You had way huger balls than me. Some might say even gigantic. But the thing is, it was like, like I never been like wanting to have balls that big, because like it's already hard enough to walk as it is. And like, who wants gigantism of the balls? Really? Like if your balls are too big, yeah, sure. You got the bragging rights. I got the biggest balls of them all, of course, you know. But like, how do you move around? You ever seen like gigantism of the balls? Look it up on the internet. You'll have a laugh. Like what's the point in that? You sure you're the manliest of the men, but you can't even move around. You got to like drag those fuckers around all the time. You can barely move. Sometimes you got to sit on them. Fun is that? Anyway, all jests aside, all jests. This is this is my show, I guess, from my kitchen. I didn't even bother to move the toaster. It's still there. You might see that change every once in a while as I, eat things. I'm going to combine it with music, seeing as my life has both music and, I guess, shit talking. No, not always shit talking. Uh, yeah, like I have a passion for music, but I also have a passion for information. So this is my experiment from my kitchen. What's cooking in Fresque's kitchen? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Every once in a while, maybe I'll do a DJ set. Every once in a while, maybe I'll talk about some stuff. We'll see. We'll find out. And, you know, I don't even know what to say now. There'll be a lot of this. There'll be a lot of this of like, random uh, brain farts or whatever. But that's fine. That's me. I'm not even like, I'm not, I'm not sure how far I want to take this, like it's not like I have like um a super awesome rig, but it does its job. Uh and I might be a little rusty too at the old DJing. I guess we'll find out. And we'll see how it goes, cuz like it's certainly a time that is perilous in this country, so I mean what a time for me to pick to do something like this. You can just call me Johnny, Johnny come lately, as they say. But here I am still, nonetheless, nonetheless. And I'm going to have fun with it. So that way I don't go crazy. Solitary confinement sucks, especially if you've been in it a long time ago. And then, like, all the way through COVID, like that entire thing, 3.5, 4 years by yourself. And then, where I'm at, I'll probably end up staying in this apartment even longer. It becomes kind of you know unnatural in a way. But if I can make it entertaining and I can enjoy myself, and I think another aspect of it too is that like this has been really bugging me. It's really been bugging me that well, I did plan on doing streaming, but a loved one was uh, was concerned, and I didn't want to hurt them, so uh, I decided to not let my ego do the talking, and I decided to take a step back from my ambitions, and I took about what, a year or so, from when I was first making those videos. Uh, but by this point, I'm glad that I took a sabbatical. Is that the right word? Whatever. I'm glad I took a break with music because it reinvigorated my passion for it. So I feel happier that way, but I was also feeling um, like a piece of me was dying inside too, to have to go through the whole schmoozing thing. And like it's hard to actually be in any type of public space or position and actually have opinions that are different from the norm. And even like having them known, even in the slightest, has been such a giant headache. But maybe we'll talk about that later. We'll see. But as for now, this is just like a introduction, I guess, because I'm tired of not not doing stuff. There's only so much you can do with typing. Like I've been doing. Unfortunately, I've been doing that the entire time, and while it does have its purpose, I find that maybe it's being shadow banned, or maybe it's just that people don't want to have to read all that shit, right? But it's easier to watch a video, right? And it does take a certain amount of big balls for someone to even go out there and do something like this. And actually performing out in public again helped to, in a way, it helped to like reinvigorate my uh, what is it? Not fearlessness. Reinvigorate my like because like I have social anxiety, right? And it's difficult to be in a new place and trying to basically perform for new people or even perform at all. Like it's not like I used to have to be drunk and high all the time before I would DJ, you know. Anyway, I can talk about all that stuff later. This is just a short video for now to say hello. I'm Fresque. Some people call me Fresque. That was my DJ name. That is my DJ name. Sorry, that is my DJ name. And you could call me Chris too. That works too. But regardless, I'm here. I'm here. I'm Canadian. I care about this country. I care about us as a people enough to speak out, even as we're heading into what looks like one of the most draconian times in our country's history. Um, I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to get louder because there's some things that we definitely need to talk about. One that I'm going to say in this video alone, just to get it out there, because I think it's super important. I think that people should really look into Agenda 2030. What's on should be on the UN's website. I'm not sure if it is anymore. But there's a specific thing that they have, which is regarding colonialism, and they want this to be the last decade observed in ending, or sorry, wrong word, eradicating colonialism in all its forms. So, if you're going to eradicate colonialism in all its forms, what is Canada? Canada is what? It's a colony. So, what would eradicating it entail? And why, with all this stuff that we're dealing with the UN and all these things that we always see them talking about, why has Justin Trudeau nor Carney, why has none of these people ever mentioned the goal to eradicate colonialism in all its forms? Why haven't they ever mentioned that? Why is that like unknown to the Canadian people that that's a plan? Now, when I saw the king come here and say that we're sovereign, I thought that maybe that means that they realize that's happening and they're going to stop it. But who knows? I don't know that, and I'm not going to take that risk, right? I'm also not saying that First Nations shouldn't have justice for specific things. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that because it seems to be heading into a South Africa situation, that's actually not good for the people, the ancestor, and the ancestors of those who would be considered the colonists, it's not good for those people, because if you look at South Africa with a unbiased lens, you will see that it's basically been them being subverted right out of the government that their ancestors created. And it's also a lot of racism going on with regard to policies, but they call it equality or whatever other terminology they use to excuse the fact that they are intentionally making it so that only one people can use a service or something like that. You know, like it's the same thing with our DEI. It's like intentionally focusing on race, but then calling the people that are pointing it out racist. It's the most ridiculous thing, man. So anyway, regardless, so the eradication of colonialism, what would that entail? Would you have to say have some kind of event that would make us seem really bad for people to have a worse opinion of us? Would you have to say, while Trudeau was doing his best to basically dismantle the idea of us even having an identity as a people? Why is it that we can't be identified, and what kind of legal consequences happens when you can't be identified as a people? You know, these things are questions that Canadians should be asking, and especially if you're putting your elbows up, you know, and you think that you are saving Canada. Well, if there's a plan to eradicate Canada by 2030, then wouldn't that be a concern to you? Anyway, that's my thoughts for today. I'm Fresque, and this is Fresque's Kitchen. I might make it into something, maybe it's whatever Fresque, like whatever Fresque, whatever Fresque. You know, because they are my opinions. I have opinions, and they are not always the same as everyone else's, but they are also still a protected human right. I'm allowed to have an opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also allowed to affiliate with anything I want. Like, say, for instance, if I wanted to support Trump in something, that doesn't mean that you get to like smash any dreams that I had or harm like myself or anyone else for that matter. You can't discriminate against people because you don't like what they think. You're not supposed to do that. And that's supposed to work both ways. There's so much double standards in this country. People have used and abused human rights to the point where it almost seems like an enemy to people. And it was supposed to be meant to help everyone. It was supposed to be meant to help people not be discriminated against for things that are part of society, I guess. Like, all I know is that I researched a lot about human rights on the UN's website. And when you start doing that, and then you start seeing what they're doing, you start to wonder what the hell is going on. Anyway, this is my first mini show, so this is my kitchen. This is my lighting. It's fun. I'm going to have fun with it, I hope. I want to get more used to speaking and have fun with it, because I'm a little nervous right now. You know, even it's still slightly unnerving, right? You know, because I got like several things going on in my head, and I'm trying to hold my composure at the same time and think of what I'm saying, because I want to be able to think and not necessarily just like go on autopilot. And anyway, it's not rehearsed. It's not, it's not anything. I'm hoping it's not. It's different from anything anyone's ever done before. I like being a trailblazer. That even if it doesn't succeed, it's fun doing it, right? I don't know. That was one of my goals. That's one of my goals when I was doing when I was trying to take a music break. Was I said that I wanted to make advocating for child welfare more popular. And because that's unfortunately the status quo in the entertainment industry is like, like if you say anything like that, if you say, hey, look, I support you not, I don't want people to be mean to gay people just because they're gay. That's ridiculous and that's horrible. But that doesn't mean that we sacrifice the entire, biological reality, or you know what I mean. Regardless, I digress. In the industry, it's frowned upon, right? But you're allowed to advocate for the progressive LGBT things. So I mean, I don't see why. It's funny too, because even there's even been a music store that I basically told my story to and said, like, look, I'm a child abuse survivor. That's why I'm passionate about it. I'm saying is that we should consider child welfare before we implement policies above, because they take priority. Children take priority above your social construct. It's the same thing as if someone was disabled. If they wanted to be accommodated for something, there's limits. Accommodation has its limits. So, and it's a simple fix. We could fix all this stuff if, like, people just kind of grounded themselves a little and realized, like, some things are just too far. Some things are just too far. Okay. And, I've been trying to figure out, like, how do I make that cool? Because that's why a lot of people don't advocate for that. They see that advocating for giving them whatever they want all the time, that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. Apparently that's cool. That's cool to do. Not giving a shit about kids and their welfare. That's not cool. Like, how the fuck does that work? Like, I couldn't believe, like, we'll talk about this more later, but I couldn't believe in the emails, like, the lady's like, yeah, we wouldn't be interested in that. I just wanted to say so bad, like, you wouldn't be interested in what? Like, protecting children? Like, what the fuck? I don't even think people even think about the position that they're actually taking. They just see that it's like okay, like, all of the cogs in this wheel have all chosen we're gonna support blue today. you know and if you're not supporting blue, well, we're gonna fucking cancel you. You're not actually thinking. It's just like groupthink. That's probably where they got that term. Anyway, I digress. I'll keep going. I'll just keep going. And yeah, I just want to get this first one a quick video. We'll get into the music and stuff later. That'll be fun. That'll be neat. I'm thinking I'm going to do it like, okay, this is the bread and circus, because I think that even the entertainment industry is kind of like Rome with the Colosseum. It's a bit of bread and circus, but I still enjoy it sometimes. Why not? We can't be serious all the time, and that's what I've been for the last 10 fucking years. Unfortunately, that's probably why it's been hard for me to, like, get back into being a little bit more zen. So yeah, so part of it would be like the bread and circus, and then I'll just talk about some of the things that I think are important, and if we manage to talk about them, then maybe we might solve some problems. Anyway, that's it for today. Have a good one.